Man, all the stuff that gets discussed on this platform, and I have to discover this game by walking past it on a Gamestop shelf. What's up, everybody? It's your boy Emceemur here, and welcome back to another fantabulous game review. Before we get started, I'm going to need you to go ahead and drop a like on this video if you haven't already done so. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the Emceemur Show. Be a part of all the action that we got going on right here. We're taking a look at Big Rumble Boxing Creed Champions, a Rocky game, a new Stallone game for current gen. I mean, what? I mean, we're really, really fortunate to have that. And you're probably asking, Mur, this isn't a day one review. Why are you looking at this game now? Because if I hadn't heard about it, then there are other people that probably haven't heard about it either, and I think this game may be getting some bad press. I don't know, I just want to clear some things up. I'm an expert on this type of thing, on this type of game. Let's take a look at Creed Champions right now. Big Rumble Boxing Creed Champions. You know, this game is getting some bad reviews, which is a big part of why I want to talk about it. People are disappointed that this isn't Fight Night 5, but that's simply not a fair assessment. I mean, that's clearly not what the developers were going for here, and that take is dismissive of all the cool things this game does have going for it. It's also dismissive to just say, oh, this is just like Ready to Rumble Boxing, and then walk away. Because while it obviously has those undertones in its arcadey gameplay, it takes itself a little more seriously than that series. It ends up being an arcade fighter with a boxing theme, but manages to retain some common boxing game features like training mini-games before fights, and in-depth tutorials that speak to the creative complexities of the game's fighting system. However, it is missing key elements that make up any great boxing game, which are a my-off option and robust career modes, both of which, when at their best, have defined the top franchises in the genre. While the absence of these comes off initially as missed opportunities, you're gonna find you don't miss them as you really delve into the gameplay. Creed Champions' purpose is to tell new stories that take place in the Rockyverse, and it features playable campaigns for all included characters, different storylines that let the player work toward unlocking all of the content, additional boxers, skins for said boxers, and arenas to fight in. Additional boxers will challenge you to fight once unlocked, and you'll have to beat them to get them. Smash style, baby. The gameplay is fun. Combos can be thrown in a variety of patterns, allowing you to work up your own rhythm and pair it with the necessary footwork. Again, it's undeniably an arcade-style fighter, but it feels very much like a boxing game as you progress. You can't just be King Button. Mashing won't win fights. You gotta mix up the work and set up the big punches. The game has a handle on its difficulty settings, something the Fight Night franchise actually struggled with in the later years. And I'm not suggesting this game is better than Fight Night, I'm just giving props where they're due. The rookie mode is just easy enough, but the CPU pushes back, hard enough to teach you the game's mechanics. The pro setting is a solid challenge. You ain't gonna win every match, and you'll need to be very well acquainted with all your combo options and movements if you're gonna win at all. I haven't unlocked everything yet, and I'm in no way, shape, or form ready for the hardest difficulty. But this is structured right. So you don't just breeze through everything, but it's totally a game you can sit down and burn through a player campaign on in a sitting, which makes it easy to just pick up and put back down. Now, you could no-life this game and probably finish it in a weekend, and for some, that may seem a deal breaker, but this would be a killer game for couch versus play. It's cool. There's no online play, but that's just one more thing that just doesn't seem to factor in, given what this game is all about. We're here for additional Rocky stories, and while they're pretty much tales told by text-based cutscenes and navigated through by the fights, I'm entertained by this, and interested to see what all after stories they came up with for all the included characters. And it has that full circle appeal as we get to play as characters from the Creed movies for the first time in a Rocky game, including but not limited to Pretty Ricky Conlon and Victor Drago.
If this weren't a Rocky game, let's be real, there'd be no real draw here beyond a $10 download to fart around with or something. But if you're a Rocky fan, like I'm a Rocky fan, you pretty much have to own this, right? And what's the best way to go about that? While it retails as high as $40, it's currently on sale through Gamestop for only $19.99, which is what I paid. Definitely worth $20 in my opinion, and it's available on Xbox One, PlayStation 4, and your Nintendo Switch. And if it's more convenient, Amazon currently has the Switch copies available for the $20 sale price. If Switch is an option for you, I'd probably go that route for portability's sake. The graphics in this game are totally decent, but not so much that you sacrifice quality playing the Switch version. At only 6.7 gigs, it's nothing that it can't handle. But again, totally decent looking with great character models and animations, and a bumpin' hip-hop infused soundtrack to boot. These sale prices may not last, so grab your copy at half off while you can. I think you'll be glad you did.
So there you have it. Big Rumble Boxing Creed Champions available for your Nintendo Switch, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4. Again, I mean, we're still getting Stallone games in this day and age. That's a fantastic thing. That's something that I want to get behind, no matter who's publishing it, no matter who's developing it, because we certainly want to reinforce that behavior. We want more of this. I'd like to see another Rambo game. Had a great time with the one on Gen 7. Another great example of what, despite what you may have heard, there's a great game there for true fans of those movies, of that franchise. It's just not to be missed. Something I really wanted to look at with you right here. But hey, this has really got me thinking, right? Because here's a boxing game, I'm having fun with it, and not just this game. There's been a few other experiences this gen here recently that's got me thinking, are we headed for another ring combat renaissance, akin to the ones that we had in the 16-bit and 32-bit eras? There's a few reasons that it feels like we are, and I may get into that in future videos, but more or less I just had to at least share this one with you today. Hadn't heard about this game, and I know if I hadn't, there had to be others that hadn't heard about it either. So let me know what you think, and let me know in the comments what you think about this video, about this game, and most importantly, let me know what your favorite ring combat games of all time have been. Going all the way back. Tell me which franchises you loved the most, because goodness knows, back in the day, if it was wrestling, if it was boxing, if it had a ring, I owned it. I mean, that right next to RPGs, ring combat video games were my favorite things to play. I absolutely loved them. So this was exciting to take a look at. If you haven't already done so, I hope you liked this video and that you're going to drop a like on this video. And if you haven't already subscribed to the Emceemur Show, I want you to subscribe to the Emceemur Show, because we're rising up all the fantastic things we do right here on the show. You need to be a part of it. Make sure that you smash that notification bell, so you're always first to know when new content goes live. Content like this fantastic game review right here. You know that I love making them for you. Emceemur signing off for this fantastic game review, and I will see each and every one of you again on the next one.